King Charles makes Beatrice and Eugenie decision as sisters' royal role becomes clear. The past few years have been challenging for Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. The continued controversy surrounding their father Prince Andrew has taken its toll on the pair, who have been torn between their loyalty to him and the royal family as a whole. The situation was highlighted last month when neither princess chose to spend Christmas with the Duke of York, 64, at Royal Lodge. Eugenie, 34, visited her in-laws, and while Beatrice, 36, cancelled plans to visit hers due to her pregnancy, instead opting to visit Sandringham and spend the festive season with the rest of the firm. King Charles is fond of his nieces, admiring their ability to build a relatively normal life while retaining a sense of duty. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. But sources have indicated he has made a decision on whether they will become full-time working royals, and it is bad news for the pair, according to the Ephraim Hardcastle column in the Daily Mail. Andrew has long lobbied for his daughters to be promoted, but Charles will resist any temptation to make that move despite being keen to keep Beatrice and Eugenie close. He will instead deploy them at the likes of garden parties and receptions without giving them individual roles. It follows polling that suggested a big majority of Brits wanted Beatrice and Eugenie removed from the line of succession alongside their father. Despite his well-documented scandals and being stripped of his royal titles, Andrew remains 8th in line to the throne, with Beatrice 9th and Eugenie 11th. Charles is unlikely to take the nuclear option and remove them, but it could pose a headache to Prince William when he takes to the throne. But their connection to Andrew remains a huge sticking point, while Eugenie's continued friendship with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle adds a second layer of intrigue. In the meantime, Beatrice is looking forward to the birth of her second child, having announced her pregnancy last year. She already has a daughter, Sienna, 3, with husband Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi, as well as a stepson, Christopher Wolfe. Beatrice is due to give birth in the early spring. King Charles set 4 different Christmas with royals that will be more celebratory. After a tension-filled year, the royals are aiming for a return to normal festivities, claims King Charles' former butler. After an incredibly tough year for the royal family with regards to health diagnoses, King Charles' former butler anticipates a celebratory Christmas for the royal family this week. Grant Herald, who served as the King's butler from 2004 to 2011, predicts this year will be different. Speaking on behalf of Slingo, he said, "This year will be different for the royal family from last year, as I'm guessing that both Charles and Catherine knew things weren't quite right, and while they would have put on a brave face, there would have been some uncertainty there as they didn't know what the future would hold." Buckingham Palace released a statement about 76-year-old monarch's cancer diagnosis earlier this year, and his daughter-in-law, Princess Kate's cancer diagnosis, was revealed via a personal video in March 2024. Grant continued, "But it seems, God willing, that both are on the road to recovery, so it should be more normal for them and more of a celebratory one." Talking about the family dynamics between the King and the Princess of Wales, Grant said the pair will be looking after each other, with Charles set to make sure there is no pressure for Catherine. During William's attendance at a festive gathering in Wiltshire for the families of the 1st Battalion Mercian Regiment, he shared in a light-hearted moment about how hectic Christmas Day might be. "We'll be in Norfolk, at Sandringham. We'll be 45 for Christmas. It won't be quiet. It will be noisy." The Prince and Princess of Wales skipped the King's pre-Christmas lunch on December 19th, as they had previously made plans to be in Norfolk at the start of the school winter holidays, ready for the celebrations this week. This year, the royal family is gearing up for a big Christmas Day, with 45 family members expected to join in the celebrations at the Sandringham estate. William's cousin, Princess Beatrice, will also be attending the festivities, having previously made plans to be abroad with her in-laws. Under doctor's orders, Beatrice has been told to stay at home in the UK, in case travelling endangers her baby. Beatrice, 36, is in the final few months of her pregnancy with her second child, and is expecting the baby in early spring. King Charles braves storm for church outing amid Queen Camilla's recovery. King Charles braved storm Bert on Sunday as he stepped out to attend a service at St. Mary Magdalene Church in Sandringham, Norfolk. The royal wrapped up warm for the autumnal outing, layering up his charcoal grey suit with his trusty caramel-hued winter wool coat. In light of the weather warnings sweeping across large parts of the UK, Charles, 76, also carried a smart navy umbrella with a classic crook handle. Despite the windy weather, His Majesty appeared in high spirits, pausing to wave at royal well-wishers. Elsewhere, he could be seen warmly greeting the Reverend with a broad grin. Charles wasn't joined by his wife Queen Camilla, who is currently recovering from an earlier chest infection. The Queen, 77, sparked health fears when she pulled out of attending remembrance events earlier this month, with Camilla having first experienced symptoms when she and Charles returned from their tour of Australia and Samoa in October. She has since missed several key events, including the Royal Variety performance which took place on Friday evening. A Buckingham Palace spokesperson said, following a recent chest infection, the Queen continues to experience some lingering post-viral symptoms, as a result of which doctors have advised that, after a busy week of engagements, Her Majesty should prioritize sufficient rest. With great regret, she has therefore withdrawn from attendance at tonight's Royal Variety performance. His Majesty will attend as planned. King Charles has half a smile as Buckingham Palace closes its doors until 2027. Buckingham Palace will not host state visits for the next 3 years as it undergoes a £369 million refurbishment program. The historic royal residence will welcome the Emir of Qatar next month for what will be its final state visit until 2027. All subsequent state visits will be relocated to Windsor Castle while the extensive renovation works continue. The closure marks a significant shift in royal hospitality arrangements as the palace undergoes its largest refurbishment in decades. King Charles III has relocated his private office from the north wing to the Belgian suite on the ground floor of the palace's west-facing garden wing. His new workspace includes the Orleans Room, where the king himself was born on November 14, 1948. A friend of the king suggested that working in the room he was born in will bring half a smile to the monarch. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.